Hello class, and welcome back to nutrition. Today we will be reviewing carbohydrate metabolism, the storage of glycogen, and we'll be talking about a new process called gluconeogenesis. Of all the three macronutrients, proteins, lipids, and carbohydrates provide our body with its most favored energy source, glucose. When we eat foods such as whole grains, starch, milk, sugars, these foods are digested and absorbed and become glucose or sugar floating around in our bloodstream. It feeds our tissues, our cells, and our body is really happy running on glucose. Whatever glucose we don't need at that time then becomes storage in the form of glycogen in our muscle or liver cells. And then whatever is not stored as glycogen because our glycogen storage hits its max capacity becomes adipose tissue or fat. Once we're resting, say overnight or between meals, we're going to be using our glycogen storage, where glycogen is then converted to glucose, and again our cells and our tissues are happy it's getting its favored energy source. But what happens when the glycogen runs out and we're between meals, maybe we're fasting? Our body is going to start a process called gluconeogenesis, where it's going to have to rely on triglycerides, our fats, or our protein. The triglycerides get broken down into free-floating fatty acids and its glycerol backbone. This glycerol backbone is then converted into glucose. When the proteins get broken down, they break down into ketogenic amino acids and gluconogenic amino acids. The gluconogenic amino acids are the only ones that can be converted to glucose. So once our fats and our proteins are used to make glucose, we can fuel important tissues such as our brain, our nerve cells, and our red blood cells. We can kind of think of this process as a cell phone. Say we have our cell phone plugged into the wall, we're getting that glucose, we're getting that power at that time. We're happy our cell phone is working. Let's say we're unplugged from the wall, but we have a battery pack. Glycogen is that battery pack. We're able to fuel ourselves or fuel our cell phone for several hours after we're disconnected from our main energy source. What happens when the battery pack runs out? That's the process of gluconeogenesis. We're going to have to find alternative sources. Maybe we're going to have to borrow our friend's charger, or we're going to have to go out and find other sources. Maybe we can find a solar source that can hook up to our phone and give us that energy. But we're not going to rely on those primary sources that are our go-to. And this is the process of gluconeogenesis. Thank you.